Oh, I've had an eye on these trees for chucking a tarp up for a while, so I'm just gonna get that set up. Objective today is been moving some logs up in the back end of the wood there, getting them onto the trailer, lifted, taken back home. So I thought I'd have lunch up here, some pine needle tea, and I'm just gonna chill out for an hour or two. I've got the day to myself, wife and daughter at home, so I've got my pass. It's really humid. The humidity's got to be up to 100% easily today. It's low cloud, so everything's quite dense and thick. And as you can see, I'm wet. So I'm going to chuck the tarp up, get a little fire going, and chill out for an hour or two. My tarp setup's basic, just the sort of quick deploy method. Tried and tested over years. Loads of nights hammock camping, and then rainy days like today. So my tensioning method is the classic prusik, and I'll just put that through the eye of the tarp. Nice toggle, and I find the pine cones are good because I kind of bite on, don't loosen off, and then all I do is just get it nice and taut. I don't carry 10 pegs when I've got the tarp. Not always required. All set up. It took a few minutes. I was getting the ridgeline set up. Last time I used it, you know when you need a couple of meters of paracord for something, and you think to yourself, I must remember to replace that. I've improvised, so yeah, good job I wasn't camping tonight because I would have been fallen a little bit short with that. So I'm gonna get some firewood. Like I say, it's humid as anything, so I think I'm gonna be breaking down some wood to get to the core of it for the drier sort of kindling. Just have a chill. Firewood prep saws. I've got many. Laplanders, folding open L's. I've tried a few others. Literally my go-to now is a proper tree surgeon's arborist silky saw. Even if I'm going like for a few miles hiking, this is what I'll carry. Just reduces the time so much, and you can get through like a lot of wood quite quick. Today's not a perfect example, but if you do need a fire going quickly, having one of these is your best friend. These are the bits I'm after, sort of forearm thickness. So I'll break that down and get into the dry wood on the inside. Spot this bit. Oh, kindling. Oh, right in the eye. Everyone knows what that feels like. Definitely going to need plenty of this dry, fine stuff for getting the fire going today. So, a few small handfuls of this will generate enough heat. So the idea is sometimes when your second stage is damp like this stuff, if you can get enough heat through a few dry bits, it should sort of theoretically, when you put the next load on, steam dry all those and evaporate all the moisture off, and then once you've got a good set of embers or a few decent bits of wood that are a hold, you're generally all right. I'm in my first couple of months of using these gloves, the Hestra gloves. See what they're like. They're not lined. They seem all right, actually, to be fair. Being from up north, trying to get gloves for short, fat fingers is so hard. So I followed them wet molding system. Yeah, they're okay. I've applied a few layers of waterproofing, and they seem okay. They're not my favourites by a long shot. That's for another day. So that's exposed that dry centre. I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a sec. Yeah, dexterity's not the best on them today. I tried a pair of the Fault gloves? I gave them to my dad. I didn't like them. I couldn't get on with them. So yeah, just processing this down slightly into thinner bits where all that exposed outer that's been covered in the moisture from the rain, the humidity, we've got rid of that, and we're now down to this nice bit in the middle. Take a bit of the damp bark off. So I'm going to get a few bits of those. This birch bark will be good. Everyone knows it's a great tinder. It's soaking. It will be good, but I've got some dry stuff. One tip I find sometimes to stop your bits flying off is just nip either side of the stick with your fingers. Get it in so it's not going to pry off, and then just hold it as you go down. I'm going to select one of two of the straighter bits, and I'm looking for that straight grain, and that's where we're going to get some nice curls, get some feather sticks going. If you don't get the stuff with the straight grain, so say you're trying to use like that portion there, when you start to feather it off, it'll just peel off and snap, and frustrating. Yeah, that's another good bit. What you can do as well, so there's a little knot there, and I know when I get to that, it's just going to give us a hiccup. So just take it straight out, and then you're left back with that nice straight grain to work with. I've actually been changing the knife I use for my feather sticks. So this is it's like a 4mm, or yeah, just short of 4mm. Scandi grind, and it's great. But I've been using recently a much thinner Scandi grind with a bit more of a curve on it. This is my Ben Alford Nomad, and I find this absolutely brilliant. It just really sinks into the wood and makes super, super fine curls. Sound like I should be selling hairdressing products, but I'm not. So I'm going to crack on, get a couple of these done. And get the fire going. Wet days. Always go for the hanging stuff. Well seasoned, air dried. This is just larch. It's great. Bone dry, and it's self pruned, so if you're in an area where there are a few larch trees, you can guarantee you'll always get loads of this fine kindling. It's bone dry. There's a couple that's there. There we go. Oh, I spotted some nice honeysuckle there. It's proper Tarzan thickness honeysuckle, that. Definitely would take my weight. Definitely. Well, it's in the pouch. Freshly stocked. Bursting with loads of bone dry birch bark. Perfect for today. One with the feather sticks. Ooh, get some water. Oh, this is the fun part. Lunch. Anyone that knows me that's been camping, food is number one. So this is my little cook pouch. It's ridiculous. So I've got freshly ground black pepper. I've got one bit of Maldon salt. I've got others. Fennel seeds. Never leave the house without them. Some nice cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. One oil isn't enough, so I always carry truffle oil. And then I've got some smoked Maldon, some normal Maldon, a few sanitary things, some washing up liquid, Nightbex tongs, milk sachets, hand washing, bin bags, and gloves. It's ridiculous, but it comes with me. Oh, they are looking good. That is certainly worth getting out in the rain for. Oh, certainly worth the wait. So good. Just a few little ingredients. None of which were foraged. And these gloves are holding up to the hot pan. That's good. That is delicious. I don't know who invented garlic butter, but I'm glad they did. They must have lived by the sea. They must have. Oh, juicy. Right. There's a couple left. Gonna save those. Oh, not for very long. Get packed down. And get home. Oh, they are so good. So good. I love days like this, I really do. Everyone else is stuck indoors. Get some decent clothes. You get outside, brace the temperature a bit. Now I'm gonna eat one of these now. Oh. Oh. Mmm. Because I put some parsley in there. That's definitely one of my 5 a day. No, 2, garlic. Butter, I've got my dairy intake. So good. I'm stuffed after lunch. That was epic. I've just been for a little walk there. Put another layer on because it's cooled right down. Gonna slowly get packed up. Get myself back home. Probably for more food. Just so I'm not missing anything out. Putting fires out correctly. So my tarp is, I keep it in this carry more dry bag, and I think it's probably about 15 litres. My tarp's soak wet through, so I'm just going to, I take this down to the river, I'll fill it up 2 or 3 times, then just load it onto the fire, and then that's going to definitely make sure that it's out on top of this delicious northern weather. That's me done for the day. It's been class. For a January day, I think with the moisture in the air, it's kind of bumped the temperature up a little bit. If that even makes sense. It's not been freezing, so it's been quite mild. It's obviously been humid, but I don't mind a little drop in temperature. I can deal with that. Shifted about a ton of oak that came down the road that runs on the sort of north edge of the woodland. I presume the council or the Ministry of Defence have contracted a tree surgeon to remove some of the dangerous overhanging limbs on the road. So they were gonna just chip it and just chuck it on the roadside. So I said, chuck it over. We'll make use of it. Some really nice pieces there. We might get some furniture crafted out of it at some point. If you're interested and want to learn more about how to kind of pick up these skills that we're doing in the videos in the woodlands or anywhere you go, especially environments like this where it's humid, lighting fires, shelter building, how to get a fire going, selecting woods to do it, and then obviously how to then process it all safely using the tools to do it. Check out our website, Northern Woodcraft. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. So just get in touch. Send us a message through Facebook. It's generally our quickest way of getting back to us. All our email addresses on there. We do everything from workshops, like half-day workshops where we're doing spoon carving, green woodworking. Terry's going to be running some fire lighting workshops this year where he's like the master at getting the fires going, especially in these sort of environments in this horrendous weather. Then we do introductory 24-hour courses where we kind of give you a mild immersive sort of theme where we'll teach you some fire lighting skills, knife skills, get you to camp out for the night, chill around the campfire. That's the main thing on the nighttime. Loads of food's always on the go. Then we do immersive 3-day courses, generally over the weekends. We'll run 1 or 2 a year because we don't have enough time to fair. We should get more time. And they are like super immersive where we get you grafting so hard you sleep well on a nighttime. And everyone welcomes having a bit of a sit around the fire and eating some tasty food on a nighttime because you get absolutely wrecked just because we just put you through your paces. So please get in touch if it's something you're interested in. But for now, I'm trying to figure out how to get out of this without falling in the river. Thank you. It's so wet. I'm cold.